welcome to my birthday vlog. Today's my birthday. I don't know if you've missed it for the 1,000th times that I mentioned it, and I decided to vlog it because it's a Tuesday and I took the day off work to just chill and read. So the plan for today and for this vlog is that I'm going to open 2 packages that I received that I'm so excited to see what's inside. I'm going to answer some quick Q&A questions that I asked for you guys on Twitter, Instagram, also in the community tab. And I'm going to read a lot, and I will update you on my reading as we go. But let's start with gifts, because I think that's the most important. So this package was sent to me by Sasha from the channel The Wild Sasha. I'm gonna link her in the description, and I'm really curious to see what she gave me. Hello. She sent me Every Heart a Doorway. I've been dying to read this book, this whole series, and I know it's one of her favorites. And I love so much tiny hardcovers, like short books that are hardcovers. I just think they're so cute. And I'm so excited. Thank you so much, Sasha. I'm really, really happy about this, and I can't wait to read it. Maybe I should read like the whole series next year, starting this one in January and then just like reading one of each of the series in each month. That would be really cool. And then the second package is from Kelsey, from Reading with Kelsey. I'm going to leave her link also in the description. And let's open this. Oh, she wrapped it. Thank you. I didn't see if there was, before I opened this, here, found it, okay. I didn't see the note before I opened Sasha's. Happy birthday, I had to get you this one because you know everyone should read this one in my humble opinion. Hope you enjoy it, from Mooney and Sasha. Oh, thank you so much, again. I'm going to put this inside the book. And now let's go back to Cassie's. She wrote, "Do not open this until your birthday or so help me. Happy birthday, Angel. So happy to call you my friend. Hope you have an amazing day. Also, buddy read?" Okay, interesting. Yes, for the buddy read, even before I know what it is. It's the Arithmetist. Remember when I said that I love tiny hardcovers? Oh my god. My breakfast is on the table and I don't want her to eat it. Thank you so much, Kelsey. Yes, definitely. Let's buddy read this. I didn't know that this was the size of this book. It's like the same size of Dawnshard and those other novellas from Stormlight Archive. And it's going to look so cute in my bookshelf. And I can't wait to read it. It's really cute. Let me try to get the card to put inside the book. Why is this so hard? Okay, I'm going to cut this card, not the card, the ribbon later so I can put inside the book. But thank you so much for both of you. I'm really excited about both of these books. I'm so wanting to read them today. Should I? No, I'm going to leave this one to buddy read with Kelsey. And this I should start next year. So okay, I'm not gonna read them today. And now I'm going to finish my breakfast. And then I'll come back to answer some questions from the Q&A. Hey again, changing the scenery a little bit because sitting on the floor was not as cool as I thought it was going to be. So I'm gonna be here on the couch while I answer questions, and I'm going to show you the other gift that I got today, which is from my husband, and I'm going to be wearing it all throughout this vlog because it's awesome. Yep, this is me now. This is the comfiest thing ever and I love it, and it's so warm and great for the winter, and I'm really happy about it. So I'm really happy about all the gifts that I got. A lot. So let's answer some questions. There are questions from Instagram which I saved in my photos because I wouldn't be able to access them after, I don't think. I don't know if in the archive I can see the answers, I don't think I can. So I saved them as photos, and oh my god, this is really bright. We're just working with the sun here. And I have from questions from Twitter, and I have questions from my community tab. So let's start on Twitter because I think there are fewer questions there. Okay, so there are 3 questions on Twitter. The first one is, I don't know if it's the first one, but just going in the order here, is if you could have a birthday party with all of your favorite fictional characters, who would you invite? And then the second one is, if you could meet any fictional character, this is really bright. If you could meet any fictional character, who would it be? So it's, I think that's similar, birthday party with favorite characters and meeting a fictional character. So let me think. Really, the first character that comes to mind that I would like to just hang out and be at a party with is Alphonse Yarick from Fullmetal Alchemist. I love him so much. He's adorable. And I think he would be really fun to meet and to be on a birthday party. Who else? Another of my favorite characters that I would love to meet is Yasna from The Way of Kings. I love her. She's my favorite character from that book. I feel like I forget every character after I finish the books. What have I even read recently? And Jupiter North from Nevermore. Those 3, Alphonse Yarick, Yasna, and Jupiter North, those 3 would be invited to my birthday party. And if I could have the party at Jupiter North's hotel, even more perfect. The last question from Twitter is, if you could travel to any fictional world, which world would it be and why? Probably Nevermore again. It's magical but not too dangerous. You can still like live there and have a normal magical life without facing all the dangers. So I think Nevermore would be the perfect place to go and to just live there or visit. Now let's go to the questions on Instagram. I posted the box there for questions twice, and these are from the first time that I posted. I don't have the full question because in the box it doesn't show the full thing, but from what I remember, it's how did it feel to leave Brazil and move to Canada? And I love living here. I love it. It's amazing. It's so nice to be able to go out on the street and not be afraid, really. Of course, I miss my family a lot, and that's pretty much it. I don't mind the weather. I think it's fun to have 4 seasons. I miss some of the food, but we can pretty much find all the Brazilian food that we want here as well in like Brazilian markets. So I don't miss that. Really, if I could bring my whole family here, I would 100% not ever come back to Brazil. The second question is to describe myself using TV series and book titles. I would have to think about that. I would have to like see a list of options because I don't know. I can't remember any. I'll get back to that one. And then, have you ever been in Italy or in Europe? And where would you like to travel once possible? I have not been to Italy, but I really want to. It's one of the places that I definitely 100% want to visit in my life. And I've been to Europe. I've been to England, Portugal. I lived in Portugal for 6 months. Spain, but just like a little bit. For a weekend, we drove to Spain and went back to Portugal. Germany. Is that it? Oh, and then I went to Finland and Estonia. And I think that's it. I think those are the places I've been to in Europe. The next question is some recommendations for Brazilian authors. I wouldn't really recommend any classic Brazilian books because I had to read them for school. It was not a great experience and I just don't like them. I think they're really boring. As much as they have like an important message in them, they're just really boring. So I would not recommend them. But one author that I really love and he has some books in English now is Rafael Montes. He writes thrillers and horrors. And there's even one Netflix show that was adapted from one of his books, which is called Good Morning Veronica. And I would definitely recommend that. The show is really graphic. The book is as well. I don't have a big issue with the book. The show was like too graphic for me. It's very heavy. But if you're not bothered too much about that, I would definitely recommend it. And the book is really good. But I don't think the book was translated to English. But he has one book that was translated, which is Perfect Days, and I read that and it's really good. And then the last question from this batch is, where have you lived in Brazil? I was born in a very tiny city in a state that's called Minas Gerais, and I lived in quite a few cities in that state, That's where I consider myself from. But then when I was 10 years old, I moved to Brasilia, which is the capital, and I lived there until I graduated from college. And then I moved to the United States to get my master's degree, and then went back to the south of Brazil to live for 2 years before moving to Canada. That's my whole story of where I lived. Now I have a lot of questions from Sasha, and I'm going to try to answer them like quick fire. Favorite emoji? I already cannot do it. I love heart emojis, but like every color of the hearts, I always put like different colors of hearts. That's the first emoji that comes to mind. I also like the upside down face, smiley face. I really love that one. If you could meet some booktubers, who would you love to meet? I would love to meet you, Sasha. Yes, definitely. I don't know who else. I'd love to meet everyone that I interact with online. There are a lot of Canadian booktubers that shouldn't be too hard to meet if you think about it, but pandemic, we're just now getting back to traveling and going places. So hopefully I will be able to meet a lot of people. Any expectations for 2022? I expect to get married in 2022. That's really the only plan that we have right now. It's going to be a very small wedding, just mostly family, but I'm really excited about it. And that's pretty much it. We bought a house this year, so we don't have any other bigger plans after this one. If you were to move to another city, where would it be? I really love living here. Again, we just bought a house, so I kind of have my mindset here. But we were just talking the other day that we would love to live in New Zealand because it seems like such a nice place, but it also has awesome weather. So New Zealand would be really cool to live. Which is not a city, I know that, but I haven't been there to know which city would be the best place to live, but just the country as a whole. A place or country you would like to visit? Again, Italy, New Zealand, Ireland, France, those are in the top of my list. There's a fire, you can only save one book. Which one is it? The leather-bound edition of The Way of Kings. That's the most special, the most expensive book we have. It's signed, it's from the Kickstarter. It's the one that it's the most irreplaceable, if that's what we're talking about. So yeah, definitely, that's the one I would save. It's the heaviest one probably as well, but it's okay. Do you plan everything when you travel or go with your mood? I plan everything, and then usually people who are with me don't, so I have to be patient and know that things are not going to go as I planned. But I like to plan, I like to go knowing what I want to do in the places, because I don't like to like leave a place and then find out that there was something really cool that I could have done that I didn't research and I didn't know about. So I like to plan everything. What is your favorite snack? Chocolate? M&ms, of course, but my favorite chocolate is actually Kit Kat. M&ms is on the top 3. My favorite chocolate is a Brazilian chocolate that it's not easily found here, but like I said, Brazilian markets, you can find it. But then the second is Kit Kat, and then M&ms. I think those are my favorite snacks because they're chocolate. And Kelsey asked, what would be Julieta and Maple's favorite books? Should we invite them to this video so they can share their opinion? I'll be right back. So we have Maple here with us. Tell us, what is your favorite book? Yeah. I don't know, I think she's very playful and curious. Oh my god. She almost jumped on my coffee. So I think she would like an interactive mystery book that she could like try to figure out what happened, but it's still like a fun and playful thing to do. I used to have those when I was a kid. Like the ones that comes with a bunch of pieces that you have to figure out how to solve the mystery. I think she would like that one. Let's call Julieta to the stage. What's your favorite book? I really don't know. She's definitely more patient and calm. I think she would like a historical fiction one, like those very slow moving books. that you can really understand everything that's happening with the characters, with the time period. I haven't read many historical fiction, so I wouldn't know which one exactly to recommend to her, but I feel like those would be her vibe. The next question was, if you could read only one author for the rest of your life, who would it be? I think Brandon Sanderson, because he has so much variety of books, all like fiction, but books that I really enjoy, genres that I really enjoy, and so many books. So I feel like I wouldn't run out of books to read if I was reading Brandon Sanderson for the rest of my life. I would always have a new Stormlight, I would always have, I don't know, new Mistborns coming out, so there will always be new books to read if I just picked him, so that's who I'm going with. And that's it for Instagram questions. I'm going to stop here for the questions. There are some in the community tab, but I can answer those a bit later, and I'm going to go read a bit because it is almost 10 a.m. and I haven't read anything, and that was my plan for the whole day. So I'm finishing, let me get the book. I'm 100 pages to finish As Good as Dead. This is the third book in the Good Girl's Guide to Murder trilogy, which is a YA mystery series, mystery thriller, I guess. We follow Pip. In the first book, she decides to investigate this crime that happened in her hometown a few years ago, that the police thinks that something happened, she thinks something else happened, so she goes to investigate. And in this book, the author ruins everything. The first and the second book were complete 5 stars for me. This, I'm hating it. It doesn't have anything to do with the series. I mean, it does. We're following the same characters, but they don't feel like the same characters. They feel so different, all of them. The main character was so smart, and she like thought things through. In the first 2 books, she understands a lot about murderers and serial killers and true crime. That's all she does with her life. And then in this book, it looks like she forgot everything and she's just really dumb. So I'm hating it. Right now it's like a 1 star because of how the first 2 books were. If it was just for this one, like this book alone, it would be like 3 stars right now, I guess. But because of how the series went, this is like a 1 star right now. But I have 100 pages to go. So I'm going to finish this morning, and then I'll let you know what I decide to read next. Hello, I'm back. And I finished As Good as Dead. I guess I finished the whole trilogy. This is really bad. This is really, really bad. I just didn't like it. I don't think it makes any sense in the series. I hated the way the series ended with this book, but I also hated the way this book ended. It just didn't work. It didn't make sense. I'm going to ignore that this book existed. I'm just going to pretend it's a duology and it was just the 2 first books because they were 5 stars. I think I'm giving this like 1 star. I don't know. I want to give this 1 star. I think it was the worst book that I read this year because of how good the first 2 were. This was like one of the worst books I've read. So not a great reading time for my birthday, but at least I finished the book, which is really awesome. So I decided to start The Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. I'm really excited to read this one. This was self-published, but it's going to be traditionally published by Tor next year. And I want to read it before it comes out in hardcover to see if I actually want to continue the series and want to get the new covers. This cover is much prettier than the Tor one from what I've seen, but we'll see. I don't know much about this. I started the ebook, well, like just a sample. I downloaded a sample on my Kindle and started it last night. I read maybe the prologue or the first chapter, which is like 2 pages. And I think it's kind of like in the library of Alexandria, there were these people who took care of the library, and there's magic. And then nowadays, every year they pick 6 students to train and to learn everything about the library and magic and all of that, and only 5 can continue. And then this 5 can either become like important people in the world, like politicians or CEOs or something, or they can stay as caretakers of the library. But yeah, so it's pretty much a magic school with competition because only 5 can stay. It doesn't where I got so far. It doesn't explain anything about what happens with the sixth one. I guess they die. I don't know. But I'm going to start this one. And I'll let you know later how it goes, how it went. Let's read. I'm still in the same spot then when you last saw me, and what happened was that I read 20 pages of the Atlas 6. I'm actually enjoying it a lot. It's really interesting, but then I slept for more than 1 hour, which I think was a great plan. So I woke up, we made some tea, the tea that I got on the David's Tea advent calendar this morning. It's Japanese sencha, organic Japanese sencha. I really don't like it at all. It's very, very bitter. I put some honey in it, still very, very bitter, but I'm going to drink it. And while I drink it, we can answer the other questions that we got from the community tab. That's the only place that I didn't get the questions yet. I'm still waking up a little. It was a really good nap. Okay, so the first question is, what are my favorite words in English and Portuguese? I don't think I have a favorite word in Portuguese. Nothing ever crossed my mind as like a really good, fun word, but I do have a favorite word in English, and that's porcupine. The next question is, when and why did you decide to move to Canada? We decided to move here in 2008 and 19, and we had like a 2-year plan, but then my husband got an interview at a company here and he passed, and we just rushed everything, and we were here in February of 2019. Wait, did I say 19 or 18? We started to plan on 18, we moved here in the beginning of 19, and it was all really fast, but it was great. And that's why we decided to move on. We wanted to move from Brazil. Anyway, I've lived in the United States, like I mentioned, and I wanted to move from Brazil anyway at some point. And he already had this plan to come to Canada, so we came together to Montreal because he speaks French. I don't, so Montreal is bilingual, and I'm learning, but still very basic. The next one is, do you like having a set TBR? I really do. I love playing my TBR game. It's my favorite video to film. It's my favorite time of the month for like video producing. I really enjoy it. I have so much fun. I do like having a set TBR. Sometimes I wish I could have gotten other books on my TBR, but I'm going to change the game a little bit for next year because I definitely want to continue playing for sure, but I want to have a little bit more freedom to do some other types of TBRs, other types of videos as well during the year, so we'll see how it goes. Subscribe if you're not already so you can see how the TBR game is going to change. And then the next question is, will we see your husband in a video? I asked him that, he said no. He doesn't like to be in the camera. His voice has appeared in videos before because I was talking to him in some videos, and I think that's pretty much it. And maybe a vlog somewhere last year that he appeared in the background at some point, but not like a video with him talking. That's not gonna happen. He says sorry in the background. The next one is, when and how did you start reading for fun? Oh, since I was really young. I learned how to read in those Brazilian comic books that still exist in Brazil, and that's like how I got my love for reading from when I was really, really young. And I read a lot all throughout like high school, and then in college I stopped. When I moved to the United States, I didn't read as much, anymore still. And then when I moved back to Brazil after my master's degree, I decided to get back into reading, and I created my Instagram to share what I was reading and all of that. So that definitely helped to just make me focus a lot and make me have a lot of options and a lot of books that I want to read. So many options. And then the last set of questions, and there's still lots too, but it's the last person who asked. First one is your thoughts on the Taylor Swift Jake the Snake debacle going on. Well, I asked for questions 2 weeks ago, and that's when Red, the new Taylor Swift album, had dropped. So that's what was in everyone's mind. And I think it's so much fun. It's so funny, and it's so interesting to see the new lyrics for especially All Too Well. And I think it's definitely very inspiring and very just amazing to see that she was finally able to put her albums in her hand, like have her albums in her hands, and like now they're hers, and she can produce it and like have the lyrics the way she envisioned it. And I think that's amazing. And just seeing the lyrics the way she envisioned a long time ago, it's really cool. I had a lot of fun that week. It died out after a few days, but I had a lot of fun. Next is, what are your goals for next year? Bookish or non-bookish? Okay, I'll spoil some of my goals here. There will be a video for that, but like I said, I'm going to change my TBR game a little bit so I can have more freedom to read other books that I couldn't fit on that TBR. I'm going to keep a reading planner, and I'm going to show you the one I bought. I'm so excited for it. It arrived yesterday? Sunday. It arrived on Sunday. Let me get it. I bought the Always Fully Booked planner from Little Inklings, and it's so beautiful. It's much prettier in person than when I saw the photos, and I'm so excited for it. It has a sticker page, then calendar, some stuff. And then it has some challenges here, so like A to Z challenge, an actual challenge filled with prompts, genre challenge, reading rainbow challenge, so read one book in each color, like one book that has a cover in each color of the rainbow and some other colors. Another, like on the cover, things that have to be on the cover of a book, the world, so books that are sad or they're written by an author from different parts of the world. There's a lot of really cool stuff here, and it's just like a full planner with dates and like daily planner. That's what those are called. And I'm really excited to try to fill it throughout the year. I'm definitely going to try to prioritize this during the year. So one thing that I'm deciding is that I'm not going to write reviews anymore on Goodreads. I'm just going to write them on the planner for myself, so I can put more spoilers and like things that I want to remember for the reviews on my channel. So I'm still going to review the books, but on YouTube, on my channel, and it's going to be nice to have the notes for myself there. So those are some of my goals. I'm planning to trying to tackle my NetGalley TBR because it's getting out of hand a little bit. So that's one thing that I'm going to do, and I'm going to keep buddy reading books on Discord. So if you're not on Discord yet, join us. The link will be in the description. So yes, we're going to buddy read a book every month. And the book for January was already decided. It's going to be Local Woman Missing by America Bika. So if you want to buddy read that with us, join us on Discord. So yes, it's going to be a buddy read every month. I don't know, those are some of my goals. Next, I have favorite trope. I never pay too much attention to trope. Like, I know tropes that I don't like, but I feel like tropes are much more, they fit much better romance and contemporary books than fantasy or sci-fi. But I like, for example, First Contact with aliens, but I haven't read a lot of those. I like books about magic school, so I'm really excited about the Atlas 6. But I don't know, there aren't really like a list in my mind of tropes that I enjoy. So I think those would be my answers. Next is best birthday memory. Definitely my best birthday memory was from last year. That's when I got engaged, and it was perfect. It was amazing. We were at the beach with my family, but he proposed in our bedroom, just the two of us, just the way that I prefer it. And it was beautiful. It was magical. I also really like my 7th birthday because we had like a full playground thing for me and my friends. I remember that briefly, or maybe just through photos. But that was a cool one as well. Last few questions. Plans for Christmas 2021. My dad's coming here to stay with us for Christmas and New Year's. It's going to be really fun. We're going to go to wintry, Christmassy places. We're going to go snow tubing. If you don't know what that is, Google it. It's a lot of fun. And that's pretty much it. Not a lot of other plans, but I'm very excited for it. Any favorite TikToks or memes? I don't have TikTok. I've never really, like, I've watched TikToks on Instagram when they appear on Instagram, or sometimes Facebook when I'm opening Facebook, but I've never really watched a lot of TikToks. And that was it. Those were all the questions. Yay, thank you so much for everyone who sent questions, everyone who sent multiple questions. Thank you really a lot. This was a lot of fun. The video is not over. I'm going to keep reading for the rest of the day. It's getting late. The sun is almost setting already. What time is it? It's like almost 4. So at this time of the year, the sun is almost setting. So I'm going to continue reading the Atlas 6. We're going for dinner later tonight, and that's it. Those were the rest of our plans. If I do anything more exciting, I'll let you know. And otherwise, I'll come back to share with you how much I've read from the book and what I'm thinking about it. Hello, we're back from dinner. It was really good. We ate a lot, we drank sake, and it was just a great night. It was awesome. We stopped by Mr. Puff's to get some... What's the name of this in English? I don't remember. Like this thing? I guess. I really don't remember the name, but... Oh my god, I'm just now looking at it. They look really good, but we ate a lot. It was like an all-you-can-eat sushi place, so we ate a lot. So we just brought this home because I wanted to have them on my birthday, but I can't eat anything right now. So that's going to be a little bit later. For the book that I was reading, I got to page... Not a lot. I got to page 44 today. I'm enjoying it a lot. So what happened so far is that like I mentioned, there's a magic school and there are 6 people who go there, and 5 of them are going to stay for something. I don't know, but we're kind of like just meeting the 6 people right now. They're being recruited for the magic school. So that's what happened so far. We met all of them. They all seem like really fun, interesting characters. I don't remember if I said this, but this is an adult fantasy, so they're all like already adults out of college. So it's interesting. It's a different type of thing. And they all went to college for magic. So it's like in our world, but there are magic schools in like big cities. So they all went to magic school already. And that's it. That's all that happened today. That's all we read. Right? Yes, right. So that's it for this vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for joining me on my birthday. I had a lot of fun filming all of this, opening gifts, answering questions. It was all so much fun, so great, and just going to go rest now and get ready to eat some of those sweet things that I forgot the name.
Puffs.
Not puffs.
Puffs pastry.
Puff. Mas tem um nome. Mas tem um nome. Em francês é beignet. Como é que é em inglês?
Não. Beignet é o donut.
Beignet é um sonho.
Então, mas isso não é um sonho.
Isso é um donut.
Hã?
Isso é um donut.
Aqui tá dizendo que é puff. O nome é puff. Te digo.
So apparently the name of the thing is puff. It's a puff. Donut holes.
Aqui
Puffs are traditional Greek donut holes. Donut holes. Let's go with that. They're really big. They're larger than a donut hole, but I guess they're donut holes. And Yes, I'm extending this outro a lot, but again, remember to like and subscribe, and thank you so much for joining me. Bye!